so I've got a lovely card to share with you today. I'm going to do a full tutorial with the decorations and absolutely everything. I've not felt in a card making mood for quite a few weeks, but I've created the template for this a couple of weeks ago, and then I got this new stamp set with these lovely little flowers, so I thought I'd give it a go. So what we've got here is a 6x6, it folds flat, we've got a lovely bouquet of flowers, and then it does pop up like a tuxedo style box at the back, and then the front here is like an envelope. Okay, so if you don't cram it with flowers, you could put a gift card in there, but I've gone a bit mad with the flowers. I stamped them and cut them out, so we're using them. So it does stand like so. When I do my box cards, I don't do the strips across, I just attach straight to the frame. It's much easier, and I think it's a really rather lovely card. So there you go, there's the full fat profile. So get comfy, I'll show you exactly how it's made. Okay, so to make the card, you're going to need two pieces. One at 10.5 by 3.5 and one at 10.5 by 6. Okay, so 10.5 by 3.5, 10.5 by 6, and you're going to score them both in exactly the same way. So you're going to score them on the long side at 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10. Same with this one, 2.5, 5, 7.5, I nearly forgot then, and 10. Okay. Then you're going to need two strips that measure approximately 1 inch by 2.5. What's that measure? 1 inch by 2.5. I'll cut these, hold on a minute. They're about 1 inch. Cut it to 1 inch. Let's just do it on the one piece. 1 inch. So we want 2.5, 2.5, okay. Remove that. You want to score each of these at 1/2 inch, just so that it makes it easier for you to fold them in half and makes it more accurate. Okay, put those to one side, don't lose them. Right, so the easiest way to do this now is to just literally fold and burnish all of those and create 2 boxes straight away. Alright, so just very quickly create 2 boxes. There's one. That should fold in half. That's one box. And that's 2 boxes. Fold it in half and it should just layer straight over the top. Oh, I've not stuck that on straight. Oh, I'll have to, I've done it now. Make sure yours is straight. So you've got 2 boxes like so. Okay, so one box, fold it flat. Okay, don't matter which edge you use, really doesn't matter. Fold it flat and down one side, get your ruler and a pencil. I've got one to hand at Vallecas. Here we go. And you want to measure up from the right hand side 3.5 inches. Okay, so 3.5. Okay, make a mark. Alright, so that's 3.5. 3.5 on the right side up. I mean, I don't suppose it matters which side you do it on because it's a box. It's not going to matter. So on one side. Okay, and on the smaller box you want to measure 1 3/4. Okay, so 1 3/4. Then all you do is get your trimmer and you go from that point to where you've marked. Alright, so what I like to do is just get my pencil mark, make sure that's right in the track, hold it with something and then swivel that bit till it's in the track. And just slice it all off at once, it's just easier. It's just easier. Okay, and then here do the same. There we go. Alright, and now those are going to be, that's going to be the same height as that, and your angle should go down relatively nicely. Is that right? Is it 1 3/4? Let me just check, because that doesn't look right to me. Yeah, 1 3/4. 3.5, yeah. I think maybe it just needs a little bit more off. Just a little bit, just to sharpen that angle a little bit. Because really that angle should, that's better, float down the same. Okay, that's it. So if it looks a bit off, just adjust it. Then you've got your 2 little binding strips. Okay. So when these 2 are together, that line should go nicely in a straight. Okay, so if it's not quite right, just go back and just adjust it. Alright, so you get your little strips that you've done. You're doing 1 for each side. So we're going to attach these together. So all you need to do is lay them down flat. I'm going to use tape just to try and be quick, but I would suggest glue so that you get it straight. Okay, you're going to need adhesive on both sides of both strips, and you're just going to attach one box to the other on each side. It's so easy, it's ridiculous. And then you can let your imagination run wild. You know, you don't have to cut the angle, you could just have a box, you can cut out windows, you can cut out peoples, you can do whatever you want. The basic principle is so simple. The rest of it is pure imagination, what you see when you're cutting it and how you decorate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one there. Okay, and then this is going to go, and then it just goes like that. So you just put it side to side like that. I'm in shot. Side to side like that, and attach the strip. Okay, and do the same at the other side. Saves messing about. This is an easy way of doing it. Okay, we work smarter, not harder. Oh, she says. Alright. If there's something you want sticking together, just make a little, I call these joining strips or structure strips, and just join it together. Don't make your life difficult. And then just fold it all flat. And there you go. And from there, that's where your imagination kicks in. I'm going to show you how I've decorated mine, but I'm more than likely going to speed it up because it took me forever. Alright, hope you enjoy it. Get comfy and we'll watch me stick flowers onto my card. Right, so we've done our construction and now we're going to decorate, but before we start I just want to explain my thought processes when I made this card. So originally I wanted a cascading card, you know, you do crisscross like so, you do a slit there and a slit there, they slide onto each other and you get a cascading style card. But I didn't like the cross at the back and at the front, so I thought, what can I do, and then I thought, oh, I'm just going to make 2 boxes and stick them together and cut the angle that I want. So that's what I did. Then after I layered mine with paper, for some reason I layered mine like so with triangles at the front. Don't ask me why I did it, I just did. And then as I was playing with the card, thinking how to decorate it, it popped in like so. And I thought, ooh, I've got an envelope. And so that's how my idea came to fruition. And then that envelope stands lovely and, well, it's not an envelope, but you know what I mean, stands lovely and sturdy. You've got that lovely kind of a crossover look, and it makes it nice, and it helps the card stand firm. So that's what we're going with. So we're going to start and decorate. So my first element that I made, and I've just made these out of things that I've got already in my stash. I'm not selling you any dies or telling you what to buy. You can make everything that I've got using what you've got in your stash. So I've made a little envelope and I've put my sentiment in and added a little flower. So we're just going to attach that to the front first of all, and then we will get on with the rest. Okay, so I'm going to fold it flat to make sure that I don't protrude from the outer edge of the card. But I want it kind of at an angle, so I'm putting it there. Alright, now I'm not going to do the strips that go across like a traditional box card, because I'm a little bit of a lazy crafter, and so I just stick my acetate or my decoration straight to the frame of the card. So I have pre-cut some strips, and what I do is I'll cut them and I'll make sure they're no taller than that one is a bit, no taller than the card. So this card's 6 inches, there we go, it's 6 inches. So this strip is 6 inches, that way I know that is the most parameter I've got to work with. Okay, and then for smaller ones, like might put one in here, what I'll do is I will get my acetate, I'll line it up, and I'll see, so there's the edge of that piece there, so I don't want my tape to protrude past there. So that's just a little bit of a thought process, what I do. So what I've got in preparation, I have made some lovely flowers. I have stamped and fussy cut them, and I've coloured them with watercolours, and then I've just inked around the edges with inks in my collection. I've used this little stamp set here, just in case you're wondering. I got it for like £4 off Amazon. I wasn't expecting an awful lot, but when it came and I used it, it's actually really rather lovely. And then this is an old Stampin' Up stamp and die cuts that I just happen to have in my collection. Taken time to cut probably more than what I need, to make sure that I've got plenty to play with, and I have just gently shaped the flowers just by running a ball tool on the back to break the fibres so they're not just so, completely flat. I've got a variety of colours and a variety of sizes, and then you just get to decorating. It's the fun bit. Alright, let's have a look. So, I've not planned this bit, so I may well speed it up, I'm not sure yet. So what I'm going to do first of all is, right, so now we get to decorating. This is just the fun bit. So I'm just attaching my acetate roughly whereabouts I want it, making sure, as I've said previously, that it doesn't protrude past the perimeters of the card too much. Mine have gone over a little bit, but you can always adjust it. And then what I do is I cut them to like the different heights, and have them at different angles. Just adds interest. Just think about where you want to place them, and then just attach them straight to the frame of the card. I tend to try and be kind of symmetrical. I just think it makes it look nicer. And then I just go about layering on my die cuts that I've done, and just having fun. Now you can glue them, that way you've got wiggle room to move them about if you end up and you want the angle different, or you don't want it, if it's protruding. Any acetate that shows over the top I trim off, but glue does take quite a while to dry on acetate, so I end up switching to glue dots because I'm not known for my patience. So some of them I attach to the acetate, and some are attached straight onto the back of the card and the front of the card, and it's just about layering them on in interesting ways and just having fun with it. So yeah, your glue dots will hold firm, but if you're not confident, then lay them out and then glue them on. Just keep checking that you're not gluing the whole thing shut, and that you're sticking to the acetate strips if you're using them, and just be careful. There you go, and you can see that you just start and build layers, lots of layers, adding interest. I'm not really worried about what colours I put where, just having fun with it, and it turned out really nice. You just, like I say, you really do need to make sure you stay within the parameter, of the card. Otherwise it's no longer a 6x6. If you want the items to protrude higher than the card, if you know what I mean, so they're coming over the top, then you'd make your card maybe an inch smaller. Instead of doing it 6x6, do it 6x5. Alright, but I quite liked mine as it was. I wanted it to be chunky and just full of flowers. So one of my lovely ladies in my group asked me to make some sort of pull-out floral box card for Mother's Day. So I think I'm a little bit past Mother's Day now, in the UK anyway, but it's still a lovely card for any time of year. You don't have to send cards for an occasion, send them just because. Just have fun making them, and yeah, and then if you pass them on, whoever receives them, it's bound to put a smile on their face. Who would not love to receive a handmade card in the post? We're not going to worry about the price of postage. It's not too bad, and as I say, it's a piece of artwork in the post. It's worth the postage. 6x6 cards, you can make a little box to put them in, or you can make your own envelope. It's not a problem. Or just put it in a sturdy cardboard backed large letter size envelope and ship it that way. So yeah, there you go. So let's carry on with the decorating, and then we'll do a recap at the end, and hopefully you will enjoy making this card. I didn't do the decorating in slow motion because it took me ages, because I do faff about a bit and I change my mind a lot. So I didn't want to make the video, you know, 3/4 of an hour long. But yeah, it can, you know, it can take time to make beautiful cards. You know, you don't get a wonderful card in 5 minutes flat. So take time, have fun, enjoy it, and yeah, it's especially fun making all the flowers and all the elements yourself. It's more satisfying, and you end up with a really, really lovely result. So there we go. We're going to carry on layering and adding until I'm happy with it, and making sure that it's not too heavy on one side, making sure we've got even weight distribution so that the card doesn't fall over. So I will add another acetate strip to the other side there and start building there as well, so that we've got even weight. And it's just a case of having fun with it. I love these kind of cards. I hope you do too. And I'm using all of those die cuts. I spent ages making them, stamping them and cutting them out and making the flowers. So, you know, I'm going to put the whole entire lot on one card, and I'm not ashamed of it, because it was going to look lovely. Okay, so that's the top view, and it'll stand all lovely and sturdy like so, and then from the view when the person receives it, it's just going to be like a massive bouquet of flowers. I think that's really lovely. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you'll give it a try. Just remember, you can make these kind of box cards in any kind of way, and just use your imagination. You don't have to have joining strips in the middle. You can have it hollow and stick things directly to the frame, still using acetate to give you some extension and dimension. Just make sure you don't protrude past the dimensions of the card. So I hope you like that. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.